Hello everybody, welcome. This is Christy at My Artful Adventures, and today we are in an event where with the Friday Friends with Take 5. It's our Friday Friends creative event, and I'm so glad to have you here. And today I've got several things that I'm going to be doing, and so part of that is going to be showing hang on a second. Part of that is going to be finishing up a couple of things that I really didn't get to when we had our mystery stocking exchange. And so with our mystery stocking exchange, all the Take 5 members had sent a stocking filled with things to craft with to one of our other people. And so it was a lot of fun. We drew names. And did you know, of course, there would be an online app or an online thing to be able to do that. I had never heard of it. It was kind of a fun thing, and it makes it so easy. So I think it's called Elfster. And so that makes it super easy that you can, put in your information, and then everybody can, can draw. Isn't that fun? So it makes it easy. If you're going to have like a drawing, somebody doesn't have to sit around and get all of that, fixed up, and match everybody's names together. So that's kind of fun. So I've got a couple of things there that I didn't really finish or didn't work out, and I thought of something else to do to them. So I'm going to be wrapping up those projects, and then I've got some other things to show you, kind of some ways that you might be able to utilize a way to, so to speak, wrap up your own presents, right? So we've got several things. It's kind of hodgepodge today, and my goodness, we are getting close to Christmas, aren't we? So these are all going to be kind of, certainly December related. Hi Jeannie, Sue, and Mary. Thanks for having me. I am streaming in YouTube and Facebook both, hopefully. I've got some internet issues going on that when I am done with my live today, I'm going to have to figure that out. So I hope that I'm having to do Wi-Fi, so I'm hoping that is stable enough to, get us through this, and then I'm going to have to work on that. I have no idea what's going on, so that's going to be not a fun thing to have to figure out, right? When you have to do techie stuff and figure it all out, never fun. Hi, Jet. So anyway, if you're not seeing the little red live button on Facebook, please put hashtag replay. And if you aren't seeing, it says live in YouTube, then you're watching the replay there. But you can certainly make comments. And what else? Anything else? I think that's about it, and we should get going here. Thanks for sprinkling me out, Jeannie. I hope you put me in the Take 5. Jeannie, did you put me in the Take 5 group? I was just getting ready to do that. I hope she put me over there. So one of the things, and I've got, here it is. I've got some things we're going to work on today. Let me put us down to the desktop. Okay, this was a fun little thing. And then Melanie the other day from Painting Crafty, she was saying how stickles would look good on it too. So I had used like that Wink Estella pen. Let me see if I can get it where you see the moon. I put some of that on there. Some of this was the ink that Mary from the Painted Peach had sent me from Chalk Couture, and it's like they have ink and they have the chalk paste, and this was one of the ink things. And then I just put this on around the edge. The back, I never had any luck with the back with the cute transfer that she put. And I don't know, it was kind of I'll show you. I tried again. I tried to do it with something else. I was just, that did not work out for me. And then I put some stickles. So this was just a piece of paper that I have in my stash. And it had the moon, the little trees. I cut off this section. And so this is just some stickles I put down here too. So in person, it really is kind of a fun, shimmery little look to it. So I thought it would be fun to put Santa and his sleigh flying across there. And so I've got a couple of things to do. And so I actually used my Cricut. I don't always use it, but sometimes I feel like that's the only way I'm going to get what I want. And I found this cute little reindeer and Santa. did you guys know, have you ever noticed, if you are looking for an image of Santa and reindeer flying, for the most part, you cannot find them, and I hope this cut well enough to come out of here, you guys. You cannot hardly find them with 8 reindeer. Now, why would that be? We all know Santa's supposed to have 8 reindeer, right? So, I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting. So, I started looking for these images. And then, of course, since I wanted to cut it out and be much smaller than what it was designed at, I had to pick something that wasn't too very detailed. And I've got two here we're going to look at and decide which one we want to use, okay? We're going to have audience participation today. So anyway, if you do come on live on YouTube and you see me talking to people that you can't figure out where they are, then they're probably over on Facebook. At this point, that's where most of my community that interacts with me is on Facebook. So we've got this. So let's decide. And usually, in case you don't know, if you ever get a Cricut, it is best if you kind of like peel your mat away from what you're working on, and then you don't get such a your paper, you're not like twisting and turning your paper and getting it all warped and messed up. Okay, first let's look at this and see which one of these we think we would like to use. Well, that's kind of a nice size right there. Well, wait a second. Before we decide that, let's do this. I've got something here. I found a stencil because I kept trying to figure out how I was going to make this work to be able to get the best of some words. I just thought, you know, it just needs some words. It needs some words, you guys. So I've got, it says Merry Christmas, and so this is just paper. It's kind of a medium weight cardstock, but I needed to find something that was ready to be a stencil, because otherwise you've got little letters that, you know, need to keep their little parts, especially lowercase letters that are written that have like E's and A's and things like that. You would have things that need to, you know, parts that need to stay. And so that makes it kind of hard. Hi, Susan and Melanie. You love reindeer. Yeah, those are fun, aren't they? Me too. Okay. Well, we'll see how this turns out. I'm hoping for the best here. I might have, and by the way, if you don't know, when you are, oh wow, I don't know if that's going to pop out very easy. So I got to be careful, because basically I'm going to make my own little stencil just out of a piece of paper. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I should have already done this part, but I didn't. I think I thought about doing it, and then something came up. I bet you never have that happen, do you? Never, ever. Okay, let's see. Part of this is working pretty good. And it's so tiny. I mean, for the size that I wanted to put. Now, if I would have done it larger, it wouldn't be so tedious. They would have cut, and I was kind of concerned. I did pull it up and see that one of them fell out real easy, so I thought, well, I can tell it has cut all the way through, so that's good. I might need to grab some tweezers, you guys. Oh my goodness. How piddly-fiddly is that? What have you guys been up to? Hi, Donna. Thanks, Melanie. Thanks for sharing me out. Now, I don't want to just pull it, because I don't want to mess it up and just tear what I want to use for my stencil part. All right, it's coming along. Well, that A is that's interesting. And you know, stencils, it's, I don't know if you've ever tried to make a stencil, but this whole deal of having to do letters and things, and that's why I see when we have some of our ladies who do stenciling, I know Christy from Funky Junk does a lot of stenciling, and so does Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa. They both use essential stencils a lot. And I know I see Jeannie going back all the time in there to put a little bit of something to connect the letters. She calls them bridges. I never knew that was what they were called, but like, you know, a lot of times if they make letters, they will like leave little spaces in between so that you get the letter and everything is cut out where it needs to be, but you haven't got those pieces I was talking about, like little parts of an A or an E that needed to stay. Oh man, I really wish I'd have done this sooner. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And this probably isn't too bad for timing. And it's so funny because I was thinking, I'm not sure I've got enough to do, and that was why I grabbed a couple of things to show and talk to you about, like things that you could use if you're wrapping gifts. I gotta be careful here. I'm trying to see which part of that needs to come out. I couldn't hardly get my glasses in the right place for that. Oh my goodness. We'll get it. We'll get it. It's so teeny tiny. Let's move on to the next one that's easy. What have you guys been up to? What do you have for plan for the weekend, you guys? Hi there, Wendy. How are you? Yeah, I can't believe it's already Friday. I still have so much to do to get ready for Christmas. I really do. And our oldest daughter is coming in on I think the 24th. So that will be fun. So we've got some time there. And I don't think my youngest daughter and her family's gonna make it here this year, and she's been sick a lot, so I hope she's doing better. Every time I talk to her, she hardly has any voice. Okay. You know, when you're doing things like this, you almost have to think about what it's supposed to look like and what is the little thing you're taking out. Okay, there, I see that. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on a second. So if that comes out, I can't really tell which part of that was supposed to stay, but I think we'll still be able to tell it's an R, so I'm going to reach back here and just snip this, or maybe not. Yeah, there was something about that. I didn't do that correct, but I don't know. Not sure what was going on there. And then these swirly parts, sometimes they're a little difficult because they want to like catch on each other and just stay there. So that doesn't help. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm going to put this back on here. And this, oh, that was great. They call this weeding. That'll give me something to grab onto. I might have it. That might be it. I'll just get that out of there now. Okay. Whew, look at that. I got a Merry Christmas. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. We got that done. Let me put this back on here so I don't poke myself. All right. Okay, Donna says she has friends coming for a craft party tomorrow. Oh, fun! Oh, Wendy's getting ready to get kids from school. That just sounds like so much fun. Okay, so now we can see we've got the Merry Christmas. Let's cut some of it off here so we can get a better look. Oh, I don't know. I see something still. It doesn't look right. One more spot, guys. That little thing over the eye. There we go. All right, so we can put our Merry Christmas down here. So now we need to decide which of the Santa and reindeers do we think we want to use? What do you guys think? The small one or the large one? I guess the small one would look more like it's in the distance. What do you think? I don't know. What do you guys think? Small or large? I'm probably okay with either one because it's been sitting here just blank for all this time. What do you think? I'm waiting for responses. Waiting for my friends to help me out. The small one. Yep, Donna likes the small ones. Oh my goodness. Donna says it's hard to get her friends to come over. She lives about 30 minutes away. Yeah, sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it seems like we're the ones that make all the effort to go to the places, right? Anybody else? I kind of like the small one too. Do we have any other people that want to weigh in? And I don't know. Like I said, I'm on my Wi-Fi today, and I have no idea how that's going to work with what we're doing today. Oh, you guys, I got to turn my fan on. Phew. Well, let's just go with the small one. I like that one too. It looks more like it's kind of in the distance. I think more of the moon will show up. I think that'll be cute. And then we can put our Merry Christmas down here. Maybe the Merry Christmas can even be a little bit more prominent if we do that. We'll bump it up a little bit and do it like that. I like that. Let's do that. So I just got to hold that on there. Yeah, Wendy says the small one too. I think so. So that makes 3 of us. We'll go with that. A 3-person vote. Okay, so I've got this. This is a pigment ink. And pigment inks give you a little bit more time. They're a little bit more juicy. And so they will give you a little bit more working time. Before I do that, I want to make sure I've got a wipe out here. Oh my goodness, I've just knocked a bunch of stuff off. I normally wouldn't care, but one of them was one of my Distress Oxide inks, and I didn't want its lid to not be on tight. Okay, so I'm just going to use one of the little brushes today, see how that works. See if we can get that in there pretty good. You know what? Let's go ahead and use a little bit of painter's tape and hold it in place for us. And if you're using any kind of painter's tape that's, even though it's not, it's not going to stick permanently, if you will just stick it to your clothes a couple of times, then it won't stick so bad to the paper. It'll hold it down. If you've got washi tape, that works good too. But I'm going to try to just do that and kind of put it in place. Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't want it all over. Oh, that tear. Goodness. And try and hold it down better, I think. There we go. Well, I don't know. I might need to put a little bit more. I want it down as tight as I can get it so that it will be more like a stencil, right? Oh my goodness, Donna. Well, good luck on that. I hope that's not too painful. I hope that's not something you dread. We'll see you later. Thanks for popping in with us. Okay, so now this is a real juicy thing, and now I'm just going to kind of try and do it by tapping it on. Oh, that's pretty. I hope I got that on kind of straight. So I thought if I use the brush and as And knowing the way that this pigment ink is, I was hoping I could just tap it down. And I think that's gonna work. That way I'm not, you know, rubbing it under that, since it's just paper and it doesn't look like it's down real flat against there. I wanted to make sure that it was kind of tight. You guys, I am sorry that this is so shaky. You know, and to me it doesn't seem that way, but when I look back at a video, like when I look up here, it's surprising to me how much it looks like it is shaking. And you know what? I wonder if that is just shaking more not the table, but more where this camera is. I bet that's what it is. And I've got one of those Archon mounts, so it sits right here close that I can position it over my, you know, work, but I don't know how you would get it to cross. If you don't do that, I've used other things. I've used like a tripod with a long arm with a camera attached to it, so that takes up so much space and is kind of in the way and hard to deal with, and those legs seem like they're always in your way, right? Okay. Let's probably call that a day. Let's see how it looks. If I don't do it too much, I can reposition it. Ah, that looks okay. I mean, it's at least got words on it now. It didn't before, so now we got some words on it. And let's just put our little reindeers on. I don't know, should we give them some dimension? Maybe that would be nice. I almost kind of want to, you know what? I'm just going to brush a little gold on them too. It won't be much and it won't really show up, but oh, I don't know, it looks kind of brown. I'm not going to do the rest of that. That is not a good look. So let's forget that. Should we pop it up though with some dimensionals or just leave it flat? What do you think? I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it flat. Because if I don't just glue it all down, those little reindeer antlers could get torn off, and I don't want that to happen. So I was so happy that they came out really great using the Cricut, so I don't really want to mess them up. Man, there's lots of thin little things here that are going to have to make sure that they're down flat, right? I hear a bird outside my window over here. He sounds so perky and happy. Ah! Oh my goodness. Okay. Put a little more on here now. Good thing it dries clear, right? Oh my word. Phew. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to put part of Santa and part of a reindeer on. Just put them on there like that. And there we go. So there. That looks a little bit better for something to hang up. That's cute. I love this little thing that Mary sent me with the little board. It's a little wooden board. Look at that. That looks cute. Okay, so then one of the other things that I had that I thought I would add a little something to was this thing that we turned into a little tag. Yeah, I tell you what, I didn't do so hot with some of the products that Mary sent me. I felt bad. I certainly was not a spokesperson for her that day, and I felt bad about it. So now, this is the thing about this. These are little letter stickers that I had, and one of the things about using letter stickers is if you've got more than one, if you need more than one, a lot of times they don't really have a whole bunch for you. And so you've got to kind of come up with creative things, you know, creative ways to do that. Sometimes people will cut other letters apart. Sometimes they will use, you know, numbers, and they do all kinds of fun things to make it work for them, right? So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, well, I don't know. I can either, I'm going to put ho, ho, ho down the side over here. And so we can either put, I'm going to use 1 ho silver and 2 white, or I could do it vice versa. Maybe that would be cute. Well, I kind of like the white because it kind of pops out with that. But I either need to do, I need to do 2 of one and 1 of the other because I don't have enough letters to do the whole thing. Maybe I will do, maybe I'll just do the top one white and the other one silver. I have no idea. Why are these things like this so difficult to select? It's just between silver and white and 3 ho 3, it's actually 1 ho ho ho. That's it. 3 of the single word. So let's see, let's just get going. Oh my goodness. And I'm gonna have to put them all on at the same, I'm gonna have to put one word on to see where to space the other ones. So I really wish there were 3 white ones. You know, I'm gonna put a silver one at the top and then the other 2 white, because then it can kind of filter down. And since the stuff is since his beard and stuff are white up here, I think that'll be cute. Oh, I gotta be careful because it's gonna run into that poinsettia down there. So let's just start it here. Get it, try and line it up with the side so it's somewhat straight. I gotta get a new pair of little tweezers, you guys. I've been seeing people that have a teeny little pair of tweezers, and I think, yeah, those look really handy. Okay, so we got, here's ho. Okay, and then we can just do the other 2 white. But yeah, this only had 2 H's, 2 O's. And I'm just going to do them this way. Sometimes if you need to space things out, you might want to do it in a different way. But I don't really care how far down they come here. Well, maybe that's not true. No, there's no way I'm going to get that off of there at this point. It can just stay just like it is right there. Yeah, Wendy, I think the Santa pops up there just fine like that. I agree. So this would make a cute little tag, you guys. Look at that. And so we'll just put our other ho 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 on here quick. Let's see if that's about equal to the first one. It looks like it's okay. Just kind of get it on there a little bit straight. So that'll be good. And then I laid out the little snowflake, and I thought, well, I don't know what I was going to do with that. That was cute. I could have put some red beads. I don't know where my beads are. Oh, they would be hard to get to. Now that would have been fun. I should have thought about that sooner. I've got some teeny tiny little red seed beads, and that would have been fun. Okay, so now we've got ho 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 on here. Look, it's really not too much of a difference between that silver and that white. It doesn't really look too bad. So that's another one. So we got that one finished up. That's cute. I love it. And then, so here was the little snowflake, and this was what I was thinking, to like intersperse some little red seed beads around. Wouldn't that be cute? Yes, I think, yeah, I'm going to have to invest in some of those teeny tiny little tweezers. I've got some, but I have seen people use some that are so tiny, and they would be great for some of those precise things. Okay, so we've got those, and oh shoot, I forgot what okay, well, here's an idea. So the other day when we made these card fronts, and I was saying that this one you really couldn't mail, but you guys, wouldn't this be adorable to put like on a solid color gift bag? And it would really decorate it up. Wouldn't that be fun for a gift bag? Just a plain gift bag, and you could just put that right on the front of it. And I thought, you know what? That's kind of a fun way to use if you make some card bases that are just fronts. If you just, sometimes it's fun to just sit around and do some crafty things, and then you've got them ready. But I thought that would be a fun use of that, to put those on like the front of a gift bag, either one of those. And that's so much dimension. Now this one, will lay down flat. Now I do want to say this one might be, because of the paper, using that pattern paper, I'm not so sure that when you put this through, put it in an envelope, I'm not sure, or on a card and in an envelope, I'm not sure that it's gonna smash it down enough to really do very well, it's not gonna smash it. It's still gonna be kind of thick. Oh my word. And here is something. Now, one of the things to know about when you're sending cards is that when you send a card and you're trying to send it just regular, first class mail in an envelope, it has to be less than 1/4 inch thick. And I think that this little section here, although it's got this guide wire in here, this section through here is about 1/4 inch thick. And so when you have something in an envelope, and if you can't get it to go through here, then it's not 1/4 inch thick, and you're going to have to add extra postage. So that's just a little tip about postage. Otherwise, you've got to do that. And square things always require more postage. So there's that. Okay, let me show you about some. We have started in our family doing reusable bags. We got tired of buying Christmas paper and throwing it away, buying it, throwing it away, buying it and throwing it away. We decided that it was wasteful and we wanted something we could reuse. After Christmas, and we'd already decided this, and after Christmas one year, I think my daughter was at somewhere and they had their Christmas fabric on sale and they had it marked down to a ridiculously low price. She bought yards and yards and yards of it. And so that was already the idea. And the first time that I tried to make some of the bags, I had some tea towels that I had purchased. I had gotten a really good buy on them, and we were going to go see everybody. Our Christmas wasn't going to be until we had our family Christmas in January one year. And so I had time to, get some things and make some of the bags. And so these tea towels, I decided, well, why don't I try to just try to make them out of that? So, and it's really funny because whichever way you try, there's like, if you fold the tea towel, either lengthwise or in half the other way, and some tea towels seem to kind of be different sizes. And this was how I first started doing them. This one is folded on this side. So then I got to where I was like making a seam in here, and it makes it really thick. And then I tried to do the casings and do the standard, pull from both ways to do this. It still is like really thick like that, especially with that cotton tea towel fabric. And then I would just take them and I would just tie them like this. Well, when we got ready to leave, I had all of these already done. I had everybody's gifts in them, and I put them in like one of those totes, one of those rectangular totes that's, pretty pretty good size, and just has handles and it's open at the top. And I put all of them in there, and you guys, they made the cutest, to just pop them in the car and to get out, and we got there and we had that, and oh my gosh, it looked so festive just like that. Now, as time went on, and I wasn't really enamored with that method of making the bags, what I finally went to was this. And you can see this is a pretty big one. We have these things in all kinds of sizes. I've got some fabric that says something like happy birthday, but I haven't ever made one of those yet. I don't remember. Maybe one happy birthday one. But these, and if you made them solid colors, it wouldn't even matter. Or even if you did like polka dot, like red and white polka dot, wouldn't that be cute? Or gingham, or, some things don't have to necessarily be used at Christmas time. But this is what I started doing. I started just turning this in down here. This is just the rough edge. It's just a rough cut. These don't get a lot of use. There's no need to spend tons of time working on them. So I cut, however big I want. This has got this may have been the width of the fabric. From what I can tell, it could have been the entire width of that fabric. And then I just decided how long, add a little bit of a amount for seam down here, tuck this under, and then I just zigzagged around to kind of help with from fraying like that. And then what I do is I take this length of ribbon like this. I'll just take a good size length of ribbon, and all I do is sometimes it varies. This one I have done close to one of the seams, and so all I do is zigzag it back and forth a couple of times, and there it is. And that way it makes it to where when you tie it up, so then you just take these, you gather it around your gift, you just tie it up. Maybe you want to go around, a couple of times, whatever, to, kind of cut down the length of all that ribbon. And then you just tie it in a bow like this. And because you've made a pretty large hem on the top, you've got this little ruffle here that's not showing the inside of the fabric, and so then you've got this ruffle on your bag. And so there you've got your gift. And we've got people in our family who have got essential trimmers, and so it makes them kind of hard. It makes it hard for them to wrap gifts anyway, in the traditional way of cutting paper and taping and all the stuff. It makes it super hard. And this gives them a chance to, wrap up their own gifts, and makes it super easy. And then at least they, if they still need help, they've got it kind of hidden away, and somebody else, they can grab the top and ask somebody else to tie the bow for them if they need to. So I have loved doing this. It makes it so easy. And hang on a second. I had ribbon to show you. Yeah, Lori, I thought we thought it was ingenious. So Melanie says, so basically it's similar to sewing a pillowcase plus yes, exactly. It's pretty much like a pillowcase, except if I was making a pillowcase, I'd probably put more effort and, make since it would be washed over and over, I would want to, not have raw edges inside like that for that top hem. But yes, that's it. And if you decide to do something like that, you guys, I would highly suggest that you, get ribbon somewhere other than just like one of the craft stores, because those spools of ribbon do not have, typically they do not have a lot of ribbon on them. This is like a satin ribbon, so it's, it folds easy, it ties nice. And I just got one in red and one in white. And these are 1/2 inch, and they were 50 yards. And so you can just look like, if you do Amazon or something, or if you don't find, ask somebody if they, if they can help you, get it, if they've got like an Amazon account or something with Prime, so you don't even have to pay for shipping. But 50 yards is a lot of ribbon. And you guys, I still have a ton. I have a ton of white. I even still think I have a ton of red left. But, it just is, It just makes it, and of course, you know, it's going to take you a little time to get that done, but hey, you're ready for next time too. So at the end of the day, everybody takes out their gifts, and if you want to, you know, you could let somebody take one home with them if you want. But our group knows that those are not part of the gift. I remember my mom used to say that all the time. The box is not part of the gift, or whatever she had it in, and we're just like, oh my word. Okay, you guys, now I got something else to show you. Here's a different little thing that we're gonna do. This is, you can take a piece of paper. We're gonna do an easy box, okay? An easy box. And you know, sometimes little boxes are hard to find, especially when you need one, right? This is I don't know how big this paper is. It was already out. Yeah, this is an 8x8 paper. So I'm just going to score this at 1 inch. I'm gonna leave my my guide up here and my trimmer part, and I'm just gonna use the 1 inch on the other side. Okay, and so we're just gonna score that on 1 inch all the way around. You can make, you know, boxes of many sizes. You know we can easily get 12 by 12 papers. You can cut them down. We're just gonna do this one right from this square of paper today, so I can show you this method, and then maybe we'll have time and I'll show you a second one. So do the same measurement all the way around, whatever you decide. So this is going to be the depth of our box. Whatever size that you are scoring these is the depth of your box. Okay, so you could make that any size, and that's all we need for that. Now we just want to fold these up, and I would suggest that you use a bone folder and just do all of them. And I've shown this before, you guys, so if this is a repeat for you, I'm sorry. I'm not, because you probably forgot anyway, right? I tell you, we watch so many things, it's unbelievable. Okay, now then, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fold these down like this, and I'm going to bring this up. So fold both of these in, bring this up here, and just bump it up here, and you use your sides for your guide to keep your paper straight. Okay, just give it a little finger press to start with, then use your bone folder, and then do it the other way. Open it back up, and then keep that one down, fold this one up to meet it, and this is going to give you your depth on the back of the box. Okay, so just use your sides over there as your guides. Keep it pretty straight. So now you can see we've got the back of the box. So here's the front edge on both, so this can go over, and then there's the back. So now all we need to do, start with your long side, whichever is going to be like the front and back of your box. Start with those and cut that. Well, now I got those creased so tight there. I'm gonna have to uncrease them a little so we can work on it. So now we're just going to snip along here. So straight ones on here on both sides. Okay, and then we're just going to do like a little angle cut here, angle cut here on both of those. And that just makes it a little bit easier to close. Okay, and then do the other side, so you make sure you're doing both of these the same direction. Well, it doesn't, it doesn't have to be perfect there. I wish it was perfect. I like it perfect. How about you? Okay, and then just on the other side, trim that away, and this one. And now we're going to go in here on these sides and trim here on the back. And actually I'm going to, on the tab, I'm going to cut that out a little bit more. We'll do our little angle cuts in there. This one I didn't get very straight. So we've got those. Back over on the other side. And all you're doing when you're making those angle cuts is it just makes it a tiny bit easier to, you know, get them in there. You're not fighting with it to get your box straight so much. Okay. So now this will make, let's see which side. Do we want any particular one to be the top? I like it with these white pieces on here, the snowflakes. It looks like there's more snowflakes on this side. So all we're going to do now is we're going to put some glue on these tabs and then fold those in, and that gets our front edge. Oh my goodness. Wrong. Where's the piece of paper? I just need a little. Okay, wrong way. Sometimes that happens, right? I'm just like all the rest of you. Sometimes I do the wrong thing. Okay, now the reason I said to do straight on this is because then as you line this up, then the cut edge of your paper is over here on the side. You're not going to see it. It just, and you know, if you forget, it really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. And then while I've still got this open, I'm going to take, let's see here. We're going to take this and we're going to round this off some right here. And it doesn't matter if they match. You're just going to take some of that and it'll just be easier to just do a little round. That's not very round. Well, let's be okay. I'm going to make it a little bit more. Not much. Wasn't much. I just don't want that pointy thing. Okay, so now we've got that, and it'll just be easier to tuck it in. So let's tuck in. I can't grab the edge of that. So we're going to get these in for the back side of the box. But like I said, you know, sometimes it's just hard to find little boxes. And you could certainly figure out the size of a box that you might need. Put that there. Okay, so now let's just do, and before we get, well, I'll do that next. Put these on. Looks like that one side really is scored a little bit. I don't know, my scores look a little off. And then, so if you need to trim a little bit off, you can. Okay, so, and then, you know, while it's still not quite dry, put that on there to make sure that, you know, that it'll cover over. But usually, I don't usually have too much trouble with closing these because they're not really tight. You've got all of this over at the edge. So it really has a little bit more give to it. Hey Regina, how are you? And so then I like to make a little bit of a little notch here. It just helps make it look a little bit, it's easier to tell where to open. And these 1-inch punches come in great, and I just kind of eyeball it. And then just, I tell you what, if you don't have at least this inch, that would be hard to use that particular punch if it was any smaller. And so if you need any places that need to be tightened up a little bit, just open it and just give it a little pinch. It'll tighten it up a little bit more for you. And there you go. So this little box, that's a nice little size box. So that was the 8x8 paper with a 1-inch piece around it. So this is 6 inches by 2.5 inches. So that's a nice little size box. So a 12 by 12 makes a pretty large box if you were going to do that. Let me show you one size that's kind of nice. And I have used this size box to gift like something to eat. I started to say to gift some edibles, and that has a different connotation these days, especially if you know, are from Colorado or some of the places where that kind of stuff is now legal. Oh, I didn't even have to cut that part off. I want to cut this to 9 inches. I'm going to leave it 12 inches one way, and I'm going to cut it down to 9. I'm going to see if I can't knock this out real quick and show you this size box. Whoops. So this is 9 by 12. And I'm going to go ahead and again do 1-inch scores around it. We'll do speed box making on this one. So 1 inch all the way around here. And you guys, if you can even make, if you use your 12 by 12 paper, it gives you a chance to, make a deeper box too. I think I've even made, some with like 2.5 or 3 inch depths to them. But, I thought it'd be fun to kind of give you some ideas in case you needed something. And in case you're just coming on, we talked about doing the reusable bags that you can make out of fabric and ribbon. And I showed using, we talked a little bit about using a card front. Well, I already did that side. Using a card front to put on a bag. That would be fun. And I meant to have a card front here and did not. I didn't get that far. So now then we're just going to fold all of these. And double-sided paper makes a fun box because then you've got to print inside and out, right? So just real quick, get those all folded up. So you guys, oh my goodness, I forgot to see who's, oh, I might, no, hang on, let me look real quick. Did I put who's going to be on after me? Yeah, Susan from Revive DIY and Upcycled Designs. And you know what? When she says her name, it's a lot easier to understand the name. Like, I don't know, she just says it in a way that I'm like, oh, okay. Revive DIY and Upcycled Designs. The way I think of it, it's like, oh my goodness, like, I know it's Revive DIY and something, and I feel bad because then she said people are always saying how long the name is, and then I felt bad. Okay, so now we're going to fold down this 1 inch here. We're going to fold this one down. We're going to bring it up here and match it up. Bring it just to touch up there. And make sure it's even on the sides. You don't even have to measure for that. And this way it gives you a chance to, we love things where we don't have to do, a measure and figuring it out, right? It just works out like that. Okay, so this makes a really nice little size box. You guys, that is hard to see on that side. And again, on the part you want to be the front of your box, cut in straight on those sections. Okay? That just makes it nicer. A nicer look. And then just turn it. I don't even hardly look like an inch. I hope I got that an inch. And then just, I forgot the angle cut on the other side. Over here. Just take a little bit of that bulk out and make it easy for us. Straight over here on this side. That one almost looked like the paper had almost broken in that spot. That's not good. It's okay this time because it's right in the spot I needed to trim. And this print is hard to see score marks. That's kind of the way it is. Sometimes you get a piece of paper and sometimes they're a little bit hard to see. And then do the sides. Just slice in. Wow. And I don't think I've had a piece of paper that hard to see my score marks in a while. And then angle cut that out on the little back flaps, because that's going to be the back. Both of those. Look, I think I'm going to be able to get it done, you guys. But I wanted you to see like how different a shape of a box that you can get from that same method. Okay. And then again, on the part that you want to be the top, just take and from this corner here, and then just give it a little bit of a rounded shape. It just keeps it from catching as you open and close your box. You guys, I even kept somebody, I can't remember now. I don't know where it is right now. I want to say that it was a pack of cookies from McDonald's that my husband brought home. And I kept the box because why I flattened it out. I took it apart and flattened it out because I thought, well, that is really interesting. How did they do that? And it was so unique. And I thought, I might want to do that someday. So I flattened it out and put it away somewhere. Okay, it's easier to do this punch thing if you do it before you get it glued, you guys. So try and remember to do that. Oh, Susan. Oh, Wendy's back from getting her kids. I just saw Regina's thing. Hi, friends. I know. I do drop off in the morning at the high school. And this morning, my alarm went off, and I just was still laying there, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to snooze because I'm just going to get up in 1 second. And the next thing I know, I hear little feet coming in, and I go, oh, is it time to go? I said, what time is it? And then I said, time to go, because I thought she probably wouldn't be coming in if it wasn't already time. And then she goes, past. That was the only response I got. Past. I'm like, I gotta get it. I usually stay up pretty late. And so these early morning things they're a challenge, but I don't mind. And we got that one on, and then just do the back one real quick. And the back one only is going to attach. Your back one is only attaching to the front. I didn't happen to say that before, but you leave the top loose when you're putting these little tabs to the back section, right? So anyway, we're going to go see what Susan's got going on as soon as I am finished. You guys, if you haven't joined the Take 5 group, what time does it start? Well, we leave the house around 7 o'clock. She doesn't start till about 7:20, 25, something like that. But she likes to be there in plenty of time. And since we're doing a lot, that changed. She came last year after Thanksgiving and started school. So school had already started. And it was kind of a... You know, that's tough to have to change schools once you're in high school and not even at the beginning of the year. So she wasn't eager to get there. This year she likes to get there early and have some time with her friends, right? Well, and Melanie, I hear what you're saying about that. But you know, because she moved and she still had a permit, and the plan was to go back and, you know, get her license in Minnesota where she had already, you know, done all the work doing that. But then that just did not work out. So then by the time she got all that transferred down here, she had to hold her permit for 6 months here before she could do that. Yeah, we have buses, but we're not eligible to ride the bus, so we live too close to school. Yeah, it only takes, we live like about a mile from the school, so that's not bad at all. So here you go. Here is this one, and this makes a nice little size box too. This is almost 7 inches by 4.5, and of course an inch deep. So you guys, that's it. I hope you have enjoyed today. This has been fun, kind of finishing up some things and talking to you about some options that you might like to do for dolling up your gifts this season. So we did some paper boxes. I finished my project from the mystery thing. We talked about the recycle bags, and I told you how fun it would be to put something cute like this on a plain colored gift bag. So you guys, I will see you Monday again at noon Eastern, and let's go over and see what Susan has going on. Thanks, Sue. You too. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, everybody, for being here. See ya. Bye-bye.